Hello drivers, in a few days Ubisoft will hold its press conference called Ubisoft Forward. In the teaser trailer we can see games already announced like Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs Legion, but what can we expect in terms of new games revealed, especially from the IP we haven't seen for a long time, such as Driver, Rayman, Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell. In today's video, I'm very pleased to be joined by JamesMcKenzie, the manager of the RaymanTogether community, who will, you guessed it, talk about the Rayman Combat Terrorists.
Hi everyone, it's JamesMcKenzie from RaymanTogether. I'm delighted to be a part of this video. I've been running this community since January 2019, and unfortunately, like Driver, Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell, Rayman has been one of those franchises that have been not as prevalent. The last time we saw Rayman was back in 2013 with Ubisoft Montpellier's Rayman Legends, which launched for last generation and current generation. Sadly, it's been several years since Rayman Legends and almost 20 years since Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc, the last 3D entry. Since 2013 we've barely had much to go from other than mobile games, and Michelle Unseld directly confirming in an Instagram post after Beyond Good and Evil 2 and Project Wild he'll have to bring back Rayman for his fourth adventure. However, recently there's been wild surface of various trademarks, including a direct confirmation from Ubisoft of a television series based upon a Rayman adaptation. With it being Rayman's 25th anniversary this year, fans are looking towards Ubisoft Forward with hopeful eyes, praying Ubisoft mark the celebration of the franchise's anniversary. A lot of fans are expecting a return to the 3D formula, and both Rayman and the Smash Bros community are expecting Rayman to make an appearance in Smash Bros Ultimate. However, given the development nightmare of Beyond Good and Evil 2, it's highly unlikely a 3D Rayman is anywhere near the stages of production or development, although a Smash Bros Ultimate appearance isn't unlikely, and not impossible either. With Ubisoft and Nintendo having collaborated on projects such as Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Star Fox appearance in Starlink Battle for Atlas, what better way to mark another Ubisoft Nintendo collaboration than putting Rayman in Smash Bros Ultimate and celebrate the franchise's 25th anniversary? My personal expectations for Ubisoft Forward are highly unlikely, and if there was to be any appearance of the franchise, it'd be realistically for a Rayman television series or an update for Rayman Mini. However, I'm not going to write off a possibility of another 2D Rayman game. Ubisoft have mentioned they're not done with the Ubi Framework engine and stated we will see a handful of titles using the tool in the future. I believe they could use assets and scrap content from Rayman Legends and the other mobile titles including Adventures and Rayman Mini to warrant another 2D game. With Ubisoft India having worked on Rayman Mini, there are other studios available who could work on a 2D Rayman title. A similar situation occurred in the past when Michelle Unseld handed development of Rayman 3 to another Ubisoft studio. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to feature in this video. Whatever happens, I'll be looking forward to Ubisoft Forward.
Thanks James, and now let's shift to Driver. Obviously the studio we can expect something from is Ubisoft Reflection, the makers of the Driver series. We know it is getting back as a lead studio on a AAA game, the first time since 2011 and Driver San Francisco. The job offers are always a good spot to look at to search for hint about a next game. We see they are looking for a senior vehicle designer for an open world game, and overall they are recruiting a lot in different positions surrounding an upper world video game with vehicles. The job offers also tell us that they are working on a VR project. Finally, Jack Kurela, the art director of Ubisoft Reflection, said in his Twitter bio that he's working on a new secret stuff. It's almost certain that a game by Ubisoft Reflection will be revealed at the press conference. So what could that game be? As a fan of the series, I'm of course hoping for a new Driver game. Ubisoft said it's willing to diversify its portfolio after The Division 2 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint critics reception, and Driver is a unique blend of urban open world with stunning handling cars, and it has a great potential in terms of atmosphere and storytelling with its undercover police officer plot, which is not common at all in today's driving games. There is also a strong remake trend going on with Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk, Mafia and the return of old series such as Test Drive, so it wouldn't be a bad move to make Driver coming back too. In the past months, we saw various Driver Easter eggs, for example in the Division 2 Coney Island DLC with stunning Driver arcade machine artwork and fake on-screen game. Even the main theme song was present. In Watch Dogs Legion, the autonomous taxi company is called Driver, and we can see it very well in the Ubisoft Forward teaser trailer. At least, these Easter eggs show that the series isn't completely forgotten at Ubisoft Studios. Finally, the driver brand net value earned 13% in the last 2 years. But it's more likely that the project is a game set in the Tom Clancy universe, as Ubisoft Reflections owns the IP since 2015. Tom Clancy is also a very strong collection of lucrative IP for Ubisoft, so it will not be a surprise that they will capitalize on it. The project should also have an online dimension with in-game monetizations, as showed by the game economy designer job offer. There were rumors about a Splinter VR game experience in the works, so that could be linked with the VR project Reflection is working on as well. Finally, for Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell, they are the IPs most likely to come back soon at Ubisoft. They both got an appearance in a recent game event, Ghost Recon Wildlands for Sam Fisher and For Honor for the Prince, and the rumors were always the strongest for them as well. There was also a proof of concept leak of an old Prince of Persia game that gained a lot of attraction on YouTube a few months ago, and Sam Fisher appears in the Tom Clancy mobile game. Virtual reality might be the media for the return of these IPs, with rumors of a Splinter Cell experience game in the works, and don't forget the VR escape room of Prince of Persia Ubisoft already launched as well. To conclude, it seems that currently the best way to enjoy a fresh experience of Driver and Rayman is to play the community games, the Driver Syndicate and Rayman Redemption. Stay tuned for tomorrow's announcement at Ubisoft Forward, and see you soon! Thanks to my Patreons Taras Coral, Driver Dimension and the newly French Contact for their support. If you want to support the channel, the link is in the description.